Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a totally foundational resource today, the Phonetic Alphabet Mastery Toolkit. We're going to be syncing up our visual and auditory senses to really understand the raw, nuts and bolts mechanics of clear communication. Because, if you want to communicate with absolute precision, you have to start by analyzing the very building blocks of our language. So, you might be wondering, how do we achieve true phonetic mastery? Well, I'll tell you right now, it isn't a passive activity. You can't just sit back. It actually requires you to sit up straight, take a deep breath, and actively sync your own vocal output with what you're taking in. Mastering pronunciation demands your absolute attention, your breath, and your voice. Okay, let's dive into this. The entire foundation of our explainer today rests on one incredibly direct instruction straight from our source material. Quote, display each letter one by one with large text and audio pronunciation. That's the blueprint, the whole shebang. Now, it sounds super simple, right? But the cognitive science behind it is exactly what makes this multisensory approach so incredibly effective. All right, Section 1, the visual audio method. Here's the deal. By isolating information, we completely bypass cognitive overload. On one hand, you have large, clear text, which is absolutely crucial for visual learners to cement the exact form of the letter. And on the other hand, you have precise audio pronunciation that's perfectly tailored for auditory learners. The absolute key to this toolkit is combining these two senses. You look at the large text, you listen to the audio, and you repeat. It creates this direct pathway right to your memory and your motor skills. Moving on to Section 2, pronunciation, A through I. This is our first sequence. Let's put this into practice. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the breath changes mechanically with each step. Say it with me. A, B, C, D. You feel that? The open vowel of A gives way to that sharp, plosive pop of B. We're actively syncing the visual input with your physical output, basically training your vocal cords to shift seamlessly. Let's keep that momentum going. E, F, G, H, I. By closely matching the auditory cue you hear with the visual shape, you're heavily reinforcing those phonetic pathways in your brain. It's really all about precision and locking in that muscle memory for every single distinct sound. Okay, let's do a quick, energetic palate cleanser here. Listen closely to the audio pronunciation. As we move deeper into the alphabet, the consonant sounds are going to require way more precise articulation. So shake out your shoulders, take a quick deep breath, and get your articulators ready. Keep your ears focused. Which brings us to Section 3, pronunciation, J through R, the second sequence. All right, jump back in with me and really focus on matching the visual text with the sound. J, K, L, M. Did you notice the distinct mechanical shift there? We moved from that hard, percussive K sound right into the really soft, rolling finish of L and M. You are literally training your articulators, your tongue, lips, and jaw, to just glide effortlessly between these vastly different phonetic shapes. And this brilliantly illustrates the natural rhythm required for this sequence. Let's do it. N, O, P, Q, R. Pay close attention to that rounded O followed immediately by the sharp pop of the P. This is exactly where physical replication meets the visual cue. It cements the mechanics of the sound right in your muscle memory. Now, a quick reminder, it's totally vital to take it letter by letter. True phonetic mastery doesn't come from just rushing through the alphabet like a nursery rhyme. It actually requires you to intentionally focus on one individual character at a time, exactly like the Source Toolkit instructs us to do. Let's move to and see how this builds in Section 4. Section 4, pronunciation, S through Z, the final sequence. This final leg actually contains some of the trickiest fricatives in the entire toolkit. Let's hit it. S, T, U, V. Feel the sustained air you need for the S and the V. That is contrasted so sharply by the hard, sudden stop of the T. The visual form is guiding your eye, while the auditory signal maps out your airflow. Let's bring it home and conclude the drill. W, X, Y, Z. Great job. By methodically working through this sequence, you've mapped every single visual character to its precise vocal counterpart. You're ensuring nothing is left to mere habit and absolutely everything is intentional. So, the crucial point is right here in section 5, achieving total mastery. You have the large text and you have the audio. So, are you ready to truly master pronunciation? Look, mastery isn't about learning some complicated, hidden secrets. It's just about disciplined application. By isolating your senses and cutting out the noise, you get to practice the pure mechanics of communication. You know how these phonetic pathways are built now, but mastery is born of repetition. So are you ready to restart the drill, refine your breath, and really master this? The toolkit is always here waiting for you.